Yep, I got you.
Oh, man. Well, that means one thing. Welcome back to another episode of Whiskey
And real estate.
Hey. Gotta shout out our and.
And Monica, yeah.
Where's she at today?
She's planning the wedding today. It's her day off today, so she's bundled up at the couch, planning the wedding and setting up our stuff for vacation next week. So
Nice.
yeah, she's the planner. I'm trying not to freak out because we're going on a vacation next week. And if anyone knows me, I don't vacate. I don't go on vacations. So,
But every time you do try to, that's when the calls come in.
Oh, absolutely. Yep, for sure. And we got a cheers to 2026.
I know.
It's first episode of 2026.
This is crazy.
Yes. Oh,
We had
that's
to do a reintroduction to each other. It's been so long, dude.
Absolutely. When we go weekly and we see each other and do these shows, we take that shit for granted because literally I haven't seen you basically since Christmas.
Yeah.
And so, we're going on 25 days and that's absolutely crazy. And, I wanted to bring in my all-time favorite whiskey. And so Woodford Reserve came in today. So Woodford is probably definitely my top, if not in my top 3 whiskeys. And this is the Double Oak. Double Oak puts it to number 1.
Oh, it's so good. Why is this so much better? I had Woodford on one of my flights. I'll talk about where I've been and why we had a little hiatus, but this Double Oak, why is it this good?
So it's how it's crafted. So you got your normal Woodford, which is still a single batch coming out of a single barrel.
Okay.
And it's coming out of a single oak barrel out of Versailles, Kentucky, which will obviously be on our bourbon tour when we go. Woodford Reserve then came out with a double oak. So that this has been sitting in a double oak crate, barrel, however you want to say.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just been aging itself in there. So you're getting the oak flavor of this, and the oak is what smooths it out. And
So
you can't
good.
burn it. Like, we have full glass, nothing mixed in with these. And we can sit here and literally just have a full glass and it not be burned. You put Pepsi, Coke, or anything, you mix it with it, you can't burn it. Like, it's almost impossible.
It'd be like candy if you added soda because this is good.
Yeah. Tall Balls and I used to just sit around, we used to just sit around and drink Woodford all the damn time with Pepsi.
Man. Yeah, I had some Woodford on my flight here from Vegas and put me right out.
No, I bet. Yeah.
Flights tend to do that though. Like I just go right to sleep. So you got vacay, you got wedding.
Yeah, it's gonna be 2026. It's gonna be crazy.
This is a good time to get out of here. It is freezing.
Yes.
John was just telling me how he's walking 1 mile a day, and I'm like, it's way too cold for that shit. Like I cannot.
Well, and you gotta love Iowa. Iowa's 50 degrees yesterday, and it's gonna be negative 12 this weekend. So we're talking 40-mile-an-hour winds that are supposed to come in place tonight and tomorrow, and then Saturday's supposed to be cold as hell. And I don't know. It is what it is, and it's crazy that I always want to say real estate's related to weather, and it hasn't been the last. It has the last 2 weeks. It's been so sporadic but weather-wise, but it's been so busy on the real estate-wise because real estate's directly related to interest rates. Interest rates are there's no longer sixes in front of stuff right now. So, we'll get into that when we get into the market of it. But,
I think that's a good transition.
Yeah.
Talk to us about today's market. So you said the weather's not affecting it?
No, not at all. It doesn't even matter right now because people have been waiting so long for a 5 to get in front of these real estate numbers instead of a 6% or a 6.25. We're seeing rates at 5.5 now, 5 and 5.65. You got 15-year rates that are 4.93. So there's a 4 that's popping out in front of them.
Oh man,
so
get on that now.
Yeah, so it's coming from the 7% and the 6.5s that we've been sitting on for the last couple of years. All those people now are just getting spurred out of their couch and says, let's go check out to see what's go.
Yeah.
Investors are going crazy right now. The investment community, they just got done with obviously New Year's. And so they just found out either they spent enough money in 2025 and they're not getting taxed, or they didn't spend enough. So they're now they got to go spend some money, go buy some properties, or they have to figure a way to offset last year and this year. So, I mean, this is a very busy time of year for me. February, March, and April gets really busy for all realtors that are actually working, because that's when tax return season is. The property management gets absolutely insane. Prices are going to be higher than normal on houses during that time of year because there's so much more buyers. So sellers are raising prices. It's this next 60 days is going to be the wild, wild west. Everything that the president was promising when it comes to the economy, we've seen come forward. I mean, it's coming full through. They said yesterday, they announced that there's been 30 groundbreakings of, they had the $11 trillion that were guaranteed to come to the United States is what they said. And like, no one knows, it's nothing until they broke ground. Well, 30 of those companies already broke ground. So that's like 1.2 trillion already broke ground. And it's going to take a year to 2 years to see the full effect of that.
Yeah.
Because these facilities are so huge, but they're all American jobs. So
right. Is that in any relation to the tariffs?
Well, the tariffs is paying for a lot of stuff right now for us. So
right. But also us adding that almost forces more American jobs.
Exactly.
Right?
It forced them to and want to build in it. They just came out with the energy independence report last week, and we are energy dominant again. Under the last regime, we were buying our energy out, and all of our costs of electricity and gas and everything went up.
Yeah.
So now you start to see gas prices are, I filled up today for $2.23.
Yeah, I've definitely and I drive the F-150, so I feel gas prices.
Yeah.
I used to not care, and I still feel like I can't care. You have to get gas. So I just every week you got to fill up. It's usually about $100. This last time I filled up and it was only like 60. I was like, hold on, let me press the thing again. I was like, what's going on here? Like I've got to the point I don't look at the number because it's been so expensive, and now that it's much lower than it has been, I hope this doesn't go anywhere. I feel like everything that's coming to fruition now is all proof of trusting the process.
Yep.
Right now, at that very moment, it's going to look bad. It's going to sound rough, going to be awful.
Yep.
But when you're patient, trust the process, and see it through, it ends up working out.
And no one likes to have to like the guy. I mean, because in our world, we're independent. So I'm not going to say independent, but we are self-contractors. So we are driving our own lifestyle right now, but our lifestyle is based off the prices around us.
Yep.
And so we don't care who's there at presidency. We just care what the effect is.
Exactly.
And so, that rock in the lake, the ripple effect we're starting to see. He threw the tariffs out and everyone's like, he's like, just hold on.
Right.
Just chill out.
Yeah.
Just let it happen.
We're changing everything. And change sometimes requires pressure, but pressure's what makes diamonds.
Well, and he was real about it too. And he's like, this is going to suck the first couple months. And he was like, man, everyone's going to question what's going on. And he goes, but just let it play. Let it play. And the thing is a good GDP, so like a gross profit amount for the United States. So like the average GDP like under Biden was like 0.6, if there was a positive. They're predicting like he's going to have like a 6.5 GDP this next quarter, and a 4.6 was this last quarter, which is insane. I mean, that goes back to the Reagan years of presidency. It's like in the
pretty
80s.
much unheard of.
The 80s. We're like approaching the 80s years. So 2026 could be absolutely insane for everybody. And you feel it when you're out there showing houses, and you feel it when you're talking to these investors. Because with our company, we manage 400 doors for guys from 16 different states, and I'm telling you, most of the liberal states are the ones that are those are the investors that are buying in here because they like that there's not a lot of red tape in the red states.
Yeah.
And then when I see the prices that's going out there in California, and so just this last week, I had investors in town from Pennsylvania. So I spent 2 days with the investors out of Pennsylvania.
Nice.
I spent 2 days with the investors out of New York City. And I'm talking New York. I was with an investor yesterday from Buffalo, New York. We had an investor come in from Dallas, Texas. Shout out Landon.
Nice.
So working with Landon, and we had an investor come in from San Jose, California, that Austin spent 3 days with, showing properties and everything. So, I mean, we're hitting all angles of the United States, and next month's even crazier. Like, I mean, all these investors, like, we want to really see what's going on out there. Why is Marion, Iowa, #1 growth per capita and whatnot? Are you guys really the manufacturers of the world or of the U.S.? Absolutely. And then they get out here and they're like, this is insane. Like, we take that stuff for granted here, being in Cedar Rapids, Iowa.
Yeah.
But when it's seeing their faces, and I mean, I usually give about an hour and 45-minute tour of all the corners of what's going on with Cedar Rapids, and we definitely take that for granted here that we live here.
Yeah.
But all the change and all the growth and all the continuous progression that we've had as a city and surrounding area has just been absolutely insane. But just keeping it real for all of my investors out there that like to watch this. I had an investor come in from California and another one come in. Okay, let me back up. The ones I had come in from New York, are from Staten Island area up there. He lives in a condo. He's talking about his condo that he's got. In that condo, I'm like, so what's something that run? And here I am showing him all these properties we have out here. And I walked him through a $210,000 condo. Mm-hmm. He goes, this is almost exactly like my condo. And I go, what? He goes, that's $1.3 million out in Staten Island.
And how much was it here?
205.
Oh, man.
Yeah, 205,000. He's like, I literally could move my family out here and save myself $800,000, and I could buy like 5-6 properties just with the difference, and generate a second income, and it's like, that's insane to think about. Then we had an investor come in, and I was talking to him, and we were covering the market, covering budgets, and covering what's going on. He's like, okay, I just bought this fourplex, and I go, what'd you pay for that? And he's like, well, when I'm all done, it's going to be about $800,000. I go, that's insane. And he goes, yeah, I know. I can buy 4 fourplexes here in Iowa that are nicer than what I got. That's bringing almost the same amount of income in, and it's going to cost me at $260,000 per fourplex. So if he's at $800,000 on one fourplex, damn, he could buy 3 for the cost of one out there. So that
that's the beauty of Iowa. You know, we try to hit on it a lot, like, because I, as an artist, a lot of people that I'm around are saying, oh, you need to get out of Iowa and you need to go here, go there, and there's more opportunities here and there. But as a father, no, this is home. This is affordable. This is the opportunities are here. You do have to create them yourself, but they are absolutely here. And that also means there's more opportunities because the lack thereof. And a lot of people don't have that mindset. So everyone either glosses over Iowa, or the people that live here start to get jaded and don't appreciate it till you go somewhere. So I want to kind of talk to you about our we took some time off. We're doing a bunch of stuff. I've been traveling all over the country lately. Vegas. I got invited back to perform and did a partnership with Roku, the TV company, which was absolutely amazing. Just spent some time in Dallas over the holidays or Christmas, and we went to like this multi-million-dollar light show. It was the most incredible thing I've ever probably taken my daughter to. I highly recommend it. It's called Frostival, and it's just so many acres on a farm
in Dallas.
Yes, and it was just absolutely beautiful. So much work has to have gone into this small town worth of Christmas lights activities. She got to ride a pony. We were feeding the animals, and just absolutely amazing and worth the entire trip. So I've kind of been having fun, but it also allowed me to appreciate. I mean, I had great weather. That was one reason I do, and I can't argue why to leave Iowa for your vacations and, me for work and for music, but to come back home, like I've definitely been getting more homesick lately. Just the comfort of being here, access to everything that I need. And it's just, again, Iowa is just home. It's just family. We are each other's neighbors, and we take care of each other. So it's just something that I feel like a lot of people are losing sight of, and they need to go out and experience. When I was in Vegas just now, I worked with people from all over the world. Sorry, my hotline has been going off. So I also, when I travel, I turn my phone off, so they blow me up when I get back. But yeah, there was people from New York that was telling me they're paying $3,000 a month for a studio apartment.
That's crazy.
There's people in that live in LA that work these jobs and partner with brands like I do. they have 4 different jobs like during the day. So just in order to get by out there.
Right.
And you can barely drive your car because traffic is insane. And then your house payment, you're working 4 jobs for a place you don't even get to see.
Which is mind-boggling to me because, and you know, you talk to people and you're like, okay, why are you leaving Iowa? Well, they're offering me $60K to work here in Iowa, to be a teacher, to be whatever not.
Mhm.
And in California, I'm going out to Los Angeles and they're going to offer me $200,000 to go out there. Have you looked at the cost of living though?
Yeah, right.
I'm like, great. You know, that's going to get you the same distance,
Exactly.
dollar wise.
Exactly.
You know, so
enjoy traffic.
Well, I would,
but you're not profiting nowhere near what you think you are when the cost of living is at.
Well, and the crazy thing is I got these investors from all over the United States that are out here, and you know, we're having a really good time taking them out, and they just can't get over the difference between a hamburger here, compared to a hamburger out there. And I mean, just, you know, we're meat out here, you know, we are dealing with meat and potatoes out here. And he's like, man, this burger would be smashed down out there. And it's not the same. And they're like, so take me. So one of the requests they had, take me to one of your Iowa breweries. I want to taste what a corn beer tastes like and what a corn whiskey's like. And he goes, I also want to see a steak out here.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right. So I took him out and about and took him to Big Grove.
Yep.
And then that night they went out to Black Sheep. And,
Nice.
So that's where they had their steak, which shout out to you guys. I mean, it's still one of the best old fashions in town too. So
absolutely.
And they just couldn't get over the whole time. So we will probably walk 20 properties in 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're going property to property, and it's like 12 degrees outside. I never locked my car once, never turned my car off. My car is running at every stop we go to. They're like, you're just going to leave that running? Yeah, it's going to be warm when we get back in it. I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what's going to go on.
I risk it a lot out here because, I'll pull up to this come and go, and I'm like, I work at the studio right across the street. Mm-hmm. I'm leaving the car running, and and not to say anything bad, but there could be a couple homeless people standing right in front. I'm not worried about a thing.
Right.
That's Iowa. That's the beauty. Like, that wraps it all up. But I didn't even think about food and the experience of the restaurants and how cozy our restaurants are versus I was just in Vegas, and I finally found a good In-N-Out. Everyone talks about gotta go to In-N-Out, gotta have the animal style fries and this, that, and I've been there about 5 times, and it was always trash to me. And like the thin, just thrown together, whatever. After waiting 45 minutes for a freaking burger, versus the experience out here. We're at a nice restaurant. If I'm waiting 45 minutes. And if it's a fast food place, it's actually fast.
Yeah, it's fast. Yeah.
and we got meat, and that the little things. Or even I was telling you, we went to a club in Vegas, and I went to order a drink, and she was like, yeah, so your tab is $29.99. I was like, oh no, I only want one. Because I'm thinking we're getting a case or like 6. So she's like, yeah, your tab is $29.99 for one drink in Vegas. So and you come out here. Last night I had a jumbo margarita the size of a fish bowl, and that was $12. So it's the little things like that that really makes me appreciate home.
Yeah, and I mean, when I'm with those investors, that is one thing they notice is our menus, but they also talk about the wood prices and the screw prices and construction prices out here, and they're like, that is crazy that it's $195 to $210 per square foot on a new construction. And to me, that's high. I'm like, damn, I remember when it was 150 to 162, 175 a square foot. And here I'm complaining at 205 to 225 a square foot. They're like, well, hell, out in California, it's 292 a square foot to build a house and so on and so forth. So I'm like, you literally aren't getting anything for your money.
Yep.
And so, I mean, there's a huge shout out to the Iowa market and what you can, because you're getting a as good, if not nicer property for a quarter of the price. I mean, and when you say a quarter of a price, when you're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars, that's a lot.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. So I love, and I feel like we definitely touch it a lot on Iowa being just an amazing market. Mm-hmm. Again, I did this brand work in Vegas, and there's people from all over the world. One of the guys I met there lives in Vietnam throughout half the year. And he said the cost of living out there Well, on average, household income is like $450 a month. And I'm like, I would die. Like we couldn't eat. There'd be no survival if that was my income in Iowa. Like if I don't make that much a week, I've died. Right. I passed away from heartache.
Man, I'm just throwing the rug.
And you know, we compare Iowa to the other cities, but what's your thoughts on like America to other countries? You know, he's like, you could work in America for 3 months and cover your bills in a place like Vietnam for a year. And I'm like, yeah, but what's the experience? Like, what's the quality of life compared to America? He's like, well, you're overworked out here. And, you know, even out there, if you work and your income is $450, your rent's $250 for a 2-3 bedroom. And they give you months off of work, and it's usually single family household or single one job, basically, and someone stays at home with the kids. So what do you know about whether it's like real estate here versus the rest of the world, or what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, man, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. Like I can afford that plane ticket back and forth, you know.
I think we're just bred different, though. Like I would never want to. I'm sorry, and that's maybe the American in me. Like I don't want to go 6 months without work. That's insane. That's boring.
I couldn't do it.
I don't even desire that. So are we like trained to think this way?
Well, and that just brings me to the next point that I was going to get at is I went stir crazy over Christmas break because like I actually wanted to stay home with the kids, and I'm a huge cook, so I love cooking. So I cooked from Thanksgiving all the way until the 10th of January, and then I looked at everyone. I'm like, all right, I'm done cooking for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I'm talking when I cooked like I served hundreds of people, hundreds of people amazing. that we cooked for, and I couldn't wait to go back to work though. Like I couldn't wait to go back to work. Like I'm like, man, I just took a day off. I took 2 days off.
Yeah.
I took 3 days off.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It feels.
Yeah. When can I go back to work? When can I go back to work, please?
This isn't right. Yeah. More work, please.
Yeah. I have a problem. That's where I realized I looked at myself in the mirror and I'm just like, I mean, you got drug addicts out here. You got alcoholics. You got workaholics gets thrown into that category. Absolutely. And I'm like, man, I have a problem.
Yeah.
I'm a workaholic.
And that goes again to Iowa. Like, I love that we're choosing it versus LA, where, like I mentioned, the guy has 4 jobs.
You're not surviving.
You're not living. Your life are these companies.
You know, you would think the economy out there, and you would look at the governor or whatever runs the state out there, looks at him and the people and be like, why is our homeless rate so high? And then you would immediately correlate it back to cost of living, and you would immediately correlate back to the job opportunities and X, Y, Z. And is the government assistance enough to cover what the cost of living is? And so on and so forth. So something's got to change with that because, I mean, one of the highest homeless populations are 2 of the most expensive areas to live in, which is in New York City and Washington, D.C. area and California, you know, L.A., you know. So there is a correlation. Yeah. And so, I mean, it also means there's a solution. We would just not want to use it.
It's crazy to think about because it's one of those situations where they've been operating this way. If it's not broke, don't fix it. But it's definitely broken. It's broke as hell. You know, don't get more broke.
Yeah.
And then you throw in fires on top of that. So you make it. You're the 1% that actually makes this lifestyle work. Your house burns down and insurance ain't going to cover it.
Yeah.
What the hell?
We ain't rebuilding.
Yeah.
We ain't rebuilding.
So yeah, it's very broken. Somebody that we'll have on a future episode, like I mentioned, we're talking to Tevin, and hopefully we can get an episode at Cliffs, which is also ran by Kale and F&F. But he moved to LA on a dream, and he lived out there for 6 months homeless. And I can never volunteer to do that. I commend, his efforts. Like I've got too much family. Like they're not going to let me do that. Friends, Tevin. Yeah. So he was just chasing to live that life. He's been in acting and theater and all that stuff. And it's just why in my head, like I can't make that make sense, even if it's not homeless necessarily. Like sometimes that is what it takes to make it out there. I hear of so many actors. I just heard Matt Damon and Ben Affleck's story on Good Will Hunting that, you know, they you know, living off a couch or together or whatever, wrote the script and it was all or nothing on that. And, you know, they end up, what did they make? I think they made a total of $300,000 from the movie. And then each of them walked away with like $110,000. And then they were broke in 6 months again.
And those are two of the best out there, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
So, you know, even I don't think it's as spiritual as they say, but it is really like selling your soul to live in LA, California, and to make it, because it takes everything and you have to bet everything on that. And hopefully you don't have kids or family relying on you, because it's going to be rough.
I'm just thinking, why even complain? Like, why do I complain?
We got it pretty nice, right?
Yeah, man. I'm grinding every day.
And we get to bet on us, and it's a very safe bet.
It is.
Though them LA bets are not. They are worse than Vegas odds. Blessed to be in Iowa. So, I mean, I feel like
it sounds like a challenge, though. It's like we should take 6 months worth of savings and stick it in an account and let it go out.
You know how much I love challenges and adventure and side quests.
You know, that's like that, you know, Undercover Billionaire, you know, where those guys go out there with $99 and they got a month to turn it into whatever.
Oh, man.
And I think that'd be amazing. You get to see like Grant Cardone, who's my idol in the real estate world.
Mm-hmm.
He was on that Undercover Billionaire, and they dropped him off in the middle of Utah somewhere in the little town, and he had to figure a way to turn that into $1 million business within, you know, so many days.
Yeah.
And he went back to his roots. You know, I'm going to start hustling. I'm going to start knocking doors. I'm going to start walking into every dealership. I'm going to start be like, hey, what can I do to earn some money?
Yep.
His first two things were, I need to find a roof and I need to find a job.
Yeah.
And so he sure did. And from there, he learned his bank connections and he started leveraging everything. And he's like, okay, all I got is $100. I need to figure out today how this turns into $300. And from here, I need to know where to. If you haven't watched the show and you're an investor, or you're into real estate, or you're into anything of running a business, go to Undercover Billionaire. Watch all the episodes of it. And there was like 3 different seasons, and it is absolutely insane. And for us business owners, can relate 100% to the struggles and what they were doing too. But the trust they have to put into people, and you're just like cringing. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. And the people that walk away, and it's worth it. I mean, if people didn't say a dollar couldn't be earned by a hustle, you're wrong. You're wrong. I don't care how motivated or unmotivated you are. If you got hustle in you, and you're gonna find a way to turn $1. So. Got
to every time. Mm-hmm. Cheers to that.
Mm-hmm. But I would say that, like, the first episode that ever came out on Undercover Billionaire, it was a guy, and he God, I wish I could remember his name, but I literally every episode, my phone, I still have the Google Notes. And I'm sitting there. That's where Always Be Pivoting come from. And all the little one-liners he had of, you know, you trust in the process, and, you know, trust in yourself, bet on yourself, not on others, and and just the little seances. I mean, just go to season 1 of Undercover Billionaire first, and then watch it from there, because I think Grant Cardone's like season 3. And season 1 is out in Pennsylvania area, a small town out in Pennsylvania, and the guy started a business. He first thing he did was figure out how he could creatively get into 2 rental properties that he could have as his own, and turned a restaurant into, and it's still a pumping restaurant, and it's pretty cool what they ended up doing. And anyways, Undercover Billionaire, it's worth your time.
Man, it's crazy, like, because you mentioned Undercover Billionaire and Grant Cardone, and it reminds me of like my influences that are in the industry, which are everybody from Kevin Hart, The Rock, 50 Cent, and it's people that ABP Always Be Pivoting. Like they you know, they may start with one lane, like, you know, Kevin Hart, stand-up comedian, but now he's obviously acting, and he's still doing his roots with stand-up, but he also runs a studio and a production company and television, and he's always working and always moving to the next level. You know, 50 Cent started as just a rapper and then added his group, and now everybody's famous millionaires, and then got the clothing deal, and then the vitamin water, and now he's movies and television, and it's always leveling up. The Rock with wrestling, and now top 5 grossing actors of all time.
Yeah,
like that's insane. Watching all these guys, I've you know, from the beginning, I watched these guys, and just seeing that their hustle even to this day doesn't stop. They're busier today, and it's like we could hit a number, and we could be like, okay, now I got this. Now I could relax. Me and you, we won't. There's no relax. It's what's next. What else can we do? How can we maximize our time? And that's not just like time of day. That's how do I maximize my time on this earth? And it's, you know, bigger than, you know, we are workaholics, but it's also like maximize our time to help others. Maximize our time to give someone else a better quality of life or other options that they didn't know were out there.
We've just been very fortunate in the era we're in too, and disfortunate on the era we're in too, because like my era comes from I was born in 81, so I'm coming into the era of the 90s, and I get to see, that's where you get to see people really stretch over and broad themselves. I mean, the Will Smiths of the world that's doing acting, singing, you know, and I mean,
trying everything. You know, he does a little bit of everything.
Yeah, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air to, you know, having, you know, just his own albums, and then getting in, and he can perform anything from an actor standpoint. And then you got probably one of the most talented actors of all times that has an amazing voice and so on and so forth with Jamie Foxx, you know.
Oh, I love Jamie.
I mean, you get into Jamie Foxx, Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy was laying the groundstone for a lot of that. I just
started watching his Netflix series. Did you see any of that yet? No. Oh, it's so good. It's on Netflix, and it's so good. Eddie
Murphy.
Yes,
Eddie Murphy laid the groundwork. I mean, he laid the groundwork for all these guys.
Oh, they break it down between him and Richard Pryor and how they were trying to like pin those two against each other. Like, so I started to, and I hate watching it because I started to watch the Diddy documentary.
Oh, man.
And it's just so many people. And yes, he's a bad person, whatever.
Yes.
Not whatever, but whatever.
Yes.
The people testifying or giving statements are people that like were a part of his journey and that he probably helped and gave relevancy to. And they're just throwing out all of his dirty laundry. And it feels gross for me to even watch it and consume it. And again, I'm a big 50 Cent fan, so anything he's involved in, I tend to watch.
Right.
But this just tearing down another individual with their deepest, dirtiest, dark secrets, and a lot of that stuff is definitely awful. Like I feel like if anybody, maybe he did sell his soul because there was
his
a
soul
lot
was
of
gone.
Man.
His soul was gone.
Like there were people sacrificed
Yeah.
for Diddy's success, literally.
Yeah.
And it's proof on that. But it's just watching your idols, like what it took for them to get there, and Eddie's story that's also on Netflix. Luckily, I switched. Is so much more, like obviously more, but so inspiring versus so spiral. You know, it's there's definitely paths that I know that me and you even have had opportunities to go either way in life, and luckily we went the right way. But you know, there was also the Diddy way or the R. Kelly way, or like.
I mean, but we've also been put in areas where, you know, some of our biggest critics are not perfect out there, where we could just fire back and be like, you know what?
It's too easy.
Let me tear you down now type situation, but it ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. I deal with that on a daily, on the daily. Like, they're like, how do you not just get angry at this
and just respond?
And I'm like, nah,
there's a time, like I've been backed in a corner where I'm like, okay, guys, normally I don't step in. I've got to defend myself here. But I think we both have had to do that last year in social media at least once.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, you can say what you don't have to like me. You don't have to work with me. But you're not going to say that and get away with it. Or, whoa, just to be clear, you're not talking about me when it comes to that. But in most cases, it's not even really turning the other cheek. I saw a post the other day that I really liked that was like, it's so great to be able to smile and be nice to somebody trying intentionally to tear you down and be rude. Like, to have that power, I'm sure I've said this on the podcast before, but it's something I picked up in college that stuck with me, is like, you are the architect of your experience, and he who angers you controls you. Like, that's legit. Yeah. If somebody knows how to push your buttons, piss you off, and make you act out of character, they have control over you. So, that helped one of my good friends, Silence. He is a control freak, but he's also a short fuse. So when I explain that to him, like, you're allowing these people to anger you and make bad decisions that lead to you possibly losing your freedom or losing a situation or a relationship or partnership. That's giving them control. Right. Knowing that you're a control freak, why are you giving anyone control? And then knowing that you're a short fuse, you can't allow these people to break you down and take you out of character, because me to him, like, I know he's one of the people with the best hearts that would literally ride or die for anybody that he's close with. And it's like, my job to protect that is by educating you on, don't let these people have that power over you.
Well, and the thing of it is like, I went through a spell last year where I was just like, man, it feels like I'm cursed. Everything I'm touching right now is a challenge and like completely difficult. And I got into, kind of my Christianity, and I kind of looked at myself, and, I had my moment of talking to God and asking him, like, yo, why is this going on, and what is happening, and so on and so forth. And then in my thoughts, I was like, man, I can't let this shit get to me. I can't let it do it. And then I talked to a priest, and the priest is like, he's like, you're not cursed. You don't got this. He goes, you do have some bad luck. You have a spell of bad luck. So he goes, but the only way that stuff is real is if you believe in any of it. He goes, someone could throw a curse at you. Someone could do this. They could do that. It has no effect on you no matter what you believe, as long as you stick with your faith and your belief.
Yep.
And if you want to manifest something, then you need to believe in it.
Yep.
And if you believe in it, you're fine.
Yep.
He goes, but the minute you start going into the doubter's way, you now gave it power.
Yep.
And that's where the devil comes in. It goes, the devil goes off your disbelief and what you want to believe. And I don't mean to ever get into, you will never hear me get into it. But
we haven't. In
faith has led me where I'm at.
But no, don't stray away from it, because like that's I'm on the same path. In the last 2 years, I've definitely leaned way more into my religion and my spirituality. And it, I mean, a manifestation, and I know I've had to mention The Secret, that book, and it just changed my life. Really speaking things out, and words, be mindful of your words. There's a reason you spell words out. They are a spell. You speak something that I'm having a bad experience, or this is going to be awful. I promise you it will be, because you said that. A couple things in my life that last year, I was just making a recap video of my 2025, and it was such an amazing year for me, and I didn't realize how great it was until looking back at it. I came into the year in a low place. I remember doing the music awards the year before, and one of my big like top level sponsors backed out the day of. So I had to pay everything, and I was in the hole, but I got everything taken care of. But it was a struggle to bounce back because everything was accounted for. And then it's like, nope, you got to do it on your own. You didn't plan for this.
Yep.
So this is all your profit and some. So for like 2 months, I went through a depression. I ended up, basically, it cost me my relationship and a lot of mental health things. And I was like, I have to lean into religion, and this is a learning experience. And when I did that, I had met, you mentioned talking to a priest. I met Megan Good. I'm sure, hopefully I've told the story. If not, I met her, and she said to me to say this prayer, that anything that is for me, give me a sign, show me directly that is for me without any mysticism behind it. No clues. Just show me it's for me, and anything that's not for me that I'm currently doing, take it all completely away. So if that, and I was scared to say it, because like, what if it's music? I'm like, I have to leave my faith in God. Right. And I said the prayer, and literally the next day, so I met her February 8th. I looked at my calendar, February 9th, the Super Bowl, they used my song. And then 2 weeks later, WWE picks the song up, and everything is revolved around wrestling last year. I say it's thanks to my spirituality. I say it's thanks to giving it to God and fully believing, because I was at the lowest point and I'm done with music. And she said that to me, and it was like, sometimes it does take some type of sign, or somebody, a priest, or, she was married to a pastor. So, she was strong in her beliefs. So it helped me. It gave me the clarity I needed. It set me on this path last year that has been my favorite year in music, one of the best years of my life. And it wasn't all like just financial. It was literally my dreams coming true and saving me from going down a dark road.
Right.
So I think we don't talk enough about that, because it's so taboo nowadays to talk about religion, and so many people are like newfound atheists, and I'm like, dude, how do you think this is possible? And I'm like, dude, I can only explain God got me out of this. I do have that feeling that you mentioned of like, yes, you do have bad luck, but we also have the best luck when it comes to, like, we got a great hand, and it may have been just a couple of deuces, just a pair of twos, but we've found a way to maneuver that, and I don't care if we had to bluff our way through some situations.
Oh man!
But because we did, we made it out pretty great, and helped other people get to pretty great places in life.
Yeah, we can't take for granted what we got, and can't take for granted where we came from either, because, I mean, I still look at every agent that comes in and wants help and so on and so forth. I remember when I was that guy, I didn't have that ability to ask for help, but I also was fortunate enough to have, some really good experience around me when I got rolling, that I could watch, I could observe, I could kind of figure out, I could fake it till you make it type situation.
Yeah.
And in our world, when we're faking it, it ain't faking it because we don't know what we're doing. We're faking it because we don't know how to hide the bad shit, to hide the, God, I just got screamed at by 5 investors. I just got screamed at about this. I got no good news to deliver anyone today. and I got to go see my next 5 clients, and I got to figure out.
I might have to deliver more bad news.
Yeah. I'm just like, man, and that, like, the last 8 months, that's all it's been is bad news, because you couldn't control what was going on.
Yeah.
And COVID, bad news, you just couldn't control. But we're better people because of it. And
absolutely.
So that gets me into the next part, and kind of our one of our final segments, and we're gonna give some foreshadowing of what's coming up. But what is it in 2026? What's the New Year's resolution, man? And what are you cutting out of your life that you didn't get to in 2025?
What's so cool is we had this conversation last year, and it was your year of cutting people off.
Yep, cutting people off.
And I watched you do it, and you stuck to your word, and I've seen you elevate and thrive because of it. My thing, I think this year has to be anything else that I don't love. I've have these attachment.
Because you would have just shit yourself right now. Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, go ahead.
Something similar.
Yeah, go ahead. You can finish.
So yeah. I used to love management and helping artists start to finish and being held accountable because I could take it, and I know there'll be times of weakness where they'll be mad and their anger will be displaced or whatever, and I was able to get through that without any issues, and we still thrive, and we always move past the issue. Friendships, there's friendships that I allow to go sour, and my loyalty is deeper than what I ask for in return in respect. That's just how I've been, and I've allowed too much with both aspects. So management, I've completely I shut that off the end of last year, and it did cost me financially. It literally hurt my pockets, but my sanity, my dignity, and the conversations that I'm allowing to happen now is so much more peaceful and straightforward and direct that I have that appreciation for the way that I'm moving in life. With friendships, I have a lot of friends that the term is crash out, and I'm allowing that stuff to not be personal. Like that's one thing that helps me thrive in my industry is empathy. I understand there's other things going on and it's not directed at me. Or, there's times that I might trigger something. Um, I I I can't say I'm gonna change every time. And that's always been my thing. I'll do better. I'll do better. I'll do better. But I was focused on doing better for people when it wasn't me doing better for myself. It's just I'll do better at understanding you. I'll do better at um empathizing with your triggers, traumas, instead of just doing better for my sake. So I'm now, if I am doing better, I'm doing better being honest. Hey, that doesn't affect me. That's your issue that you need to deal with.
Right.
I still want to help. I'm never going to not want to help anybody. And I understand people get jaded and turn away from that. But I'm also not going to prioritize something that really should be your own journey. I used to prioritize other people's journeys above mine. Yep. Now I'm prioritizing mine. 2026, I will be better, but it's better at the things that I love. It's better at the time management for what I want to do, better for me and my family. And I'm still here to help, but it's not my number one priority is no longer to fix your situation.
Right.
I want to help others and I will help others, but it's not, right. I can't change my life to accommodate yours anymore.
Well, and that's great. Ours are so similar. So mine is 2026 is love. Do what I love.
Yep.
Last year was cut down your circle, continue to shrink. That's still going to flow over to this year. I'm going to do what I love this year. I didn't get a fish at all last year. And I used to go quarterly. My dad and I and Trent and Travis and all them, we would take quarterly trips.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fishing this year.
Yep. Get back to it.
I'm going to get more into cooking. My goal is to have a small food truck here in the next 5 years.
What?
I will have a small food truck in my own little restaurant.
Me and Tim and Matt got to get you on the Smoking the Process podcast. Yeah. Obviously, he owes you. We've had him on here, but that's all he talks about is his journey into getting the food truck and betting on himself and how much he loves cooking. So this is... I knew that you love cooking, but I never thought you would venture to a food truck.
Yep, I'm a food truck or a small restaurant where I can just sit with 20 of my favorite people that day that are there.
Wow.
And kind of home cook on that stuff. I'm going to thrive in real estate. I'm going to kill it in real estate, doing it my way, though. I'm going to do it how I love to do real estate, coaching, training, teaching, giving my effort to the ones that deserve it. So my daughter graduates this year. So Kennedy graduates.
Oh my God. What is happening?
So it is truly enjoying these next, 8 months of our time.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get emotional talking about that.
That's it. You're about to get me in it.
Yeah.
Because, I still got 8 years, but God, how
I can't even look at her some days because I'm just like, God,
you better not leave.
And she's like, I just took my last high school class,
Lord.
She goes, but I rearranged my schedule to go back for one more this semester just because it's in Camille's class.
Yeah.
And so they have a food class together, and then they got a food class that they're gonna.
They're like a year of food. They're like, we're losing weight. We're gonna gain some weight this year.
Then they're like, we're gonna kill it. We're taking everything you taught us.
Probably teaching the class.
Yes, and they probably could. And I got a marriage coming up. So it's the year of really focusing giving the best Lucas I can give.
Yeah. Going
forward, and that's my oath to my family, my oath to my friends, my oath to my daughters, all of our kids is they need to get the best version of me this year.
Yep.
And so the thing I've always done the most is I love. I love people. Like I hate people, but at the same time, I love the end result of someone that's coachable or someone that has the drive and determination, because I'm going to match you.
Yep. That's going to push me.
Yeah. And we're going to be better because of each other.
Yep. Exactly.
I'm not going to be better because of you. You're not going to be better because of me. We're going to be better because we're together on something.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And I mean, I've seen very talented people fizzle out in a lot of different sports, in a lot of different music, in a lot of different just their dreams, because they try to tackle everything so much on their own.
Yep.
And they burn themselves out. Yep. And so call it corny, call it whatever you want, but it's the season of love in my house because
Yes.
I am doing what I love, I enjoy, and trust me, the ability, and I don't know how I'm going to do it. Because financially, this is going to be a very expensive year too. I mean, because of weddings, graduations, you know,
Cruises.
paying for college, you know, that trips, you know, so on and so forth. Because I love to travel. So I mean, I don't know.
The whiskey tour is happening in 2026.
Yeah, there was no whiskey tour.
Calling it here.
Yes. That was like one of the biggest regrets of 2025. So it's the season of love, and I mean, my investors are going to benefit from it because I love bird dogging. I love going out and finding new projects. I love going out and finding new properties. Yeah. I love walking properties. So it's going to be. I'm not sitting at that damn desk this year and pencil pushing and trying to figure out the day-to-day stuff for 55 other people.
Today was weird. We started like a couple hours early. You're like, oh, we got a free day. That you've never said that ever. What do you mean?
Well, you know, my free day still started early, and I was on the phones all damn day. It's just one of those things that I was over it at. I was over it at 2 today.
Okay.
I was like, no matter what, I'm not dealing with this bullshit anymore after 2:00 today. And because everyone that I was dealing with today, and everyone that's going to call me this afternoon knows this is my day off, and just know I'm going to pick it up and know I'm going to be there because. Lucas is always there.
But 2026 is the year of love. If you're not loving these phone calls, we're not doing it.
Not doing it.
No. We got people for that and handling it. And I agree. I'm all in. 2026, the year of love.
Yep.
Like I said, I saw you do exactly what you said you were going to do the start of 2025.
Happening this year.
And it's so great that correlates to now I can focus on the things I love.
Yep. And it might mean I'm selling businesses too, man. Like selling out. I might be selling shit out and starting over on my real estate and starting over and cooking and starting over, and I don't even care. I'm just it's one of those.
It's that time.
It's that time. It's time to make it happen.
I love it, man. Yeah. Cheers to that. We had a great year. I can't count how many episodes we had, but we're going to set something up on the website and social media. Again, this is the year we're going viral, baby. I promise that. We're going viral.
Yeah.
We got a new partnership with Upload Media.
Correct.
We got something in the works with Cedar Ridge.
We got a lot of stuff.
I got some big stuff going on in Des Moines.
Yes.
Cheers to 2026.
Cheers to 2026. And timestamp this at 53 minutes, because at the 53 minute, we can use this clip from right here. We're going to put out some small clips this year. And this year, we're trying to need our fans' help, because what we're going to be doing is next week, Tone and I are going to be announcing what our favorite whiskey of 2025 was. What we need from you fans is to continue tuning into Whiskey and Real Estate. Go back. We're going to share a bunch of our small clips from all of our episodes that are coming up. Go pick your favorite whiskey. Go try some whiskeys. We're going to give you 3 weeks to go into our webpage, to go onto our Facebook page, and announce what your favorite whiskey is.
Yeah.
With that being said, we're also going to be doing a Whiskey of the Year for 2026, and we're going to start that in February. So we're going to start recruiting all of the local breweries. If there's anyone you want us to go see, anything we need to taste, please let us know. So pay attention to this small clip. Get interactive with us this year. We're going to have a lot of fun in 2026. And let's find out what the Whiskey of the Year for 2026 is going to be.
I'm going to double down on that. Let's vote for your favorite whiskey. Let's vote for your favorite episode. I was going to say this season, but we haven't done this yet. So your absolute favorite episode of Whiskey and Real Estate, we want to know. And your favorite guest, because with this new partnership, we're looking to circle back. You know, I can let you know right now, my favorite guest, Mike Schulte. That guy's awesome. So you can't pick him, Lucas. Who you got as your favorite guest?
Oh man, my dad probably. My dad's probably going to be my.
We got to bring Dad back.
Yeah,
so those are two we're going to bring back. But vote for your favorite guests. I mean, we've had some amazing people. It's hard. Like before we started recording, I was like, there's no topping the people that we've had. So at this point, it's just bring them back. The mayor, Ashley Van Orney,
councilwomen. There's so much we can.
We love our cameos from Cody and Elias.
Oh yeah.
We need more Manika.
Manika's gonna have her little piece this year. I guarantee. And the thing of it is we're gonna get creative this year. So all of my investors out there that like to watch us and tune in, don't be afraid to pick up the phone if we in the middle of our podcast we call you, and we start zooming you in, or we've learned some new technology traits where we could bring you in and it's clear as day.
Yep,
we were on the radio, loud and clear.
Pretty awesome
at the last episode.
Shout out Radio Keokuk.
Yeah, I'm
excited, and just the new places we're gonna go, and we're so grateful for every bar and every sponsor that we've had thus far.
Yep.
This is our year, though. We're gonna go new places. We're winning awards. We're going viral. We're gonna have a video that hits 100,000. I'm manifesting it, like we said. The words and the secret, and we're spelling it out, manifesting it.
Yeah.
Good things, great things. We're elevating. Whiskey and Real Estate started as something fun, and now it's a business. And we're gonna do what we love and get it right.
Yeah, so the draft is in Pittsburgh this year, and it's always been on my bucket list to go to the NFL draft.
What?
And I'm a Steelers fan, so Pittsburgh Steelers. So it's in Pittsburgh this year for 4 days. I'm going to try to plan something around that 4-day period where we could hit a couple distilleries, and don't be
give me the dates ASAP,
because it's just one big party, and the draft is literally 100,000 people in this big old arena parking lot, just drinking, not even knowing who's going to draft, just talking shit the whole time. But there's so many breweries around that Pittsburgh area that we may just have to start a tour there too.
Okay, so we've got the whiskey tour.
Yeah,
we're hitting Pittsburgh. Yeah. I'm gonna have to get you to a wrestling show. As you see, I have new hardware here. I don't know if you notice a big gold belt. Why don't you hold that right there? Check that out.
It's heavy. I would not want to get hit on the head with this.
Yeah, not at all. I didn't know those were that heavy. That's my first official title. I've bought so many replica belts. I've been to hundreds of wrestling shows. This one I actually fought for, earned, and it's heavy. It's good. Heavy. So I got 2 belts right now. So it's Tone the 2-belt boss.
Yeah, everyone used to give shit to Ric Flair and Lex Luger when they would start bleeding on their foreheads when they get hit by these belts.
You see why now, don't you?
I believe it now.
Winning that was my first time holding one that heavy.
Yeah,
so
insane.
It's incredible. They see it, but yes, I got to get you and Manika. I would love to just have a camera on Manika getting her reactions to what goes on at these wrestling shows. They're pretty insane.
Keeping her in the seat would be tough. She might join in.
Oh, Lord.
She might join in.
That's how my family was. They were trying to help me. I'm like, no, I got this. But I got to get you guys to a wrestling show. So I'm going to be doing those once a month. This month I got a show, but then I got a bar gig right after. When I bring you guys, I want you to be able to enjoy the whole thing. But we're going to have some good times. I want to shout out my boy Casper, Shy Songwriter. We're doing this 319 and 309 tour. So we're taking over the Iowa cities and the Illinois cities and helping artists get exposure all throughout both those states. And, we of course, are going to continue with Summer Jam and the music awards, but I am cutting out a lot of the other things that I didn't love. Everything has to be an elevation. This is the year of being better. I'm going to be not only a better artist, a better father, of course, better wrestler. I'm actually going to wrestling school starting in February. So yeah, man, it's all about love and being better. 2026. Cheers to that. Cheers. It's been another great episode of Whiskey
and Real Estate.